So hello guys, right now, while I'm recording this video, it is Shoryuken Day. That's 623, that's the 623 motion in fighting games, also known as the DP motion. I just felt like saying that. Meanwhile, over in Japan, and probably on the day that this is coming out for you guys, it is the birthday of one little child. And probably more than that. Anyway, today we are playing Bohemian Symphony, an AI story. So I'm excited to play this because this is an AI generated game. So let me just see. Turn the text speed all the way up. I did read the content warnings. I am a bit... They sound a bit disturbing, but I was just having a conversation about fighting game inputs. But anyway, the characters in this game are based on characters originally created by Shunkan Boy 18. Potatoes are not sandwiches except when they are. Made with RinPi 7.4.11.2266. This program contains free... Alright, I'm... Well, anyway. Let us return to the main menu. What is extra? Play minigame A? Nah. Let us start the game with Book 1. Human mode is highly recommended, and the adapted, revised, and expanded script plays more like a regular visual novel. AI mode. The original script is written with the AI. You can turn on author's note mode to enable annotations. So, I've been thinking over this, because I saw that... Yep, so AIs can be really friggin' weird, and I think I'll get that same weirdness playing on human mode. So let's do that. Oh dear. Holy... Oh dearie me, we're here at the prologue. Ever since I was a kid, I've been able to see ghosts. What, are you Ichigo? They never really bothered me. They never tried to talk to me, and I never really attempted to make any contact with them. I thought for sure I'd be free from them after my family moved to this small, simple village. Hold on, let's just turn down the text speed slightly until I met her. Let's turn down the text speed. Yeah, maybe this will be a good point. From the corner of my room, the being that had decided to haunt me moaned in pain. Let's turn it down a bit, just a bit more. See, I've been there for almost 2 weeks. I've never been actually haunted before, and in this crappy village I thought for sure that I wouldn't have to worry about such things. Should I give my... Oh boy, should I give this protagonist my crappy Johnny Young Bosch impression? You know what, let's try it out. Now and then she'd point at me. I concluded that she wanted something from me in particular, but... What do you want? I broke my rule of never speaking to these things. It was getting annoying. I couldn't sleep most nights. Ah. Ugh. Leave me alone. Good thing I brought water this time. You know, the last 2 videos I did completely without any water. Was she murdered? Betrayed? Left to die? Or maybe she just wanted to give a loved one a message. Whatever it was, she was persistent. Hey, listen, if you can hear me. Do you want me to tell someone something? She didn't react. Then, is there something you never got to do? Nothing. Is there an object in my room that's keeping you around? Silence. Do you want me to get revenge? Arc 1, the nonsensical murder. Okay. It's my first day in school. Here in Shimazawa, I don't have friends. Even this classroom feels unfamiliar to me. It's filled with children of all ages in various places across the room. Most look bored or even frightened by my presence. Maybe I should introduce myself. Hello, I am Zalmora Greenhand. Okay, so if I counted the number of AI stories that I've read that involve the character named Zalmora, I would have counted up to 2. Also, town ending in Zawa, a classroom filled with children of all ages, and to top it all off, today's Satoko's birthday. I cringed at my own overly formal greeting. They're going to think I'm some weirdo. Let's see, the connection here, so... Yep, so you got this character, voiced by Daisuke Ono. It was voiced by... Yep. Oh, and his voice actors have been Dio, Jotaro, Zenitsu. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting anywhere. A few of the children stared at me, but most just continued to sit quietly. Yup, I'm the class weirdo now, cool. Accepting my fate, I sat down at an empty desk. I had a lot to do before class started. First, I needed to write down everything I found out about the ghost from my room. Her name seems to be Kim Amison. She was murdered here in... Oh gosh, character sprites. As I stopped as I noticed someone approaching me. A girl. She looked like the kind of person who would grin and shrug if she got into trouble. I don't know how to explain it, but that was the type of vibe she gave off as she smiled at me. Hello, I am Amelia. I looked up at her and smiled back. My nervousness made me go back to polite speech. How may I help you? Can I sit here? She asked quietly, pointing to the empty seat beside me. Sure. Amelia sat down beside me. She looked at the door and then leaned in close to my face. It's alright if you don't want to talk, but I have to tell you something, she whispered. I leaned in just as close to her, a mix of confusion and curiosity guiding my every move. Something weird is going to happen during class. The teacher will find some reason to excuse you from the room, and then something bad will happen. What do you mean? What bad thing? Amelia looked around, lowered her voice, and then... I don't want to say... Ellipses! Excuse me? She's playing a prank on me. She is, right? ... right? Before I could ask her, everyone sat down, indicating that class was starting. Look at that, the teacher's here. Amelia! Good luck, newbie! What? The teacher took one look around at the classroom, sat down, and... Fade to black. Nothing happened. He didn't call me and nothing strange happened. Nothing. Eventually, class ended. I had a bit of a hard time following the lessons, but I'll be fine. I always manage in the end. As I began to walk home, I saw Sky Hayes. I would recognize his red eyes and prominent frown anywhere. My dad told me that I should stay away from him. And his bizarre red tie. Why is his red tie bizarre? And long coat at this time of year, too, made him stand out. There was also another guy, Nathan Amber, sitting with him on a bench. They appeared to be deep in conversation. I think his fashions are fashionable or whatever, but other than that, I don't know much. What should I do? Alright, let's save. I think saying hello will get us a bad ending. Something inside me told me it was a bad idea, but I went to say hello to them. As I walked there, I felt something. Watch out, Zalmora! But Nathan's warning was late. The blood began to cover my vision a deep crimson. What the? On my back, something. No. I can't. Is this how it ends? And so I died. Bad end 1. Zalmora tried to say hello to new friends, but the AI hates friendship. Try again. Alright, now let's walk past them. I walked past them and tried to continue home. Unfortunately, Sky and Nathan spotted me. Well, darn it. Can't believe the AI just killed me for trying to be a friend. Zal, wait up! Sky yelled as if we were close friends. Only my really good friends from school call me Zal. Who does this guy think he is? I sighed and turned to look at Sky. How does he even know my name? Yeah, Zalmora, we have to talk. The one with the glasses, too. Can it wait? No. Oh, this is just perfect. What do you two want to tell me? We want to join your mission. Oh god! The AI is screwing things up already. Mark exclamation point. What? There's a killer on the loose. And we know we're up against someone we can't fight. That's why we want to join you. Are they talking about Kim's murder? How do they know that I want to find her killer? No, that can't be. This is never going to be elaborated on. So we need to stop this killer and bring this killer to justice. It can only be Kim. Murders are supposed to be very rare in a village as small as this one. How do they know who I am? What the hell? We need to make sure he doesn't go free. Zalmora, what can we do to help? Huh? We want to make sure we can help. The two of us want to join you. No way. But you'll need our help. You don't know enough about Shimazawa to get around. First of all, what makes you believe I want to find a killer? My question made Sky go quiet. And instead, Nathan spoke. It's difficult to explain, but we have our reasons to want to find the killer too. Not to mention, I'm really looking forward to this. Nathan, too. He's all about investigating lately. So you're just curious? And want to live your CSI fantasy or something? I can kind of relate, but it doesn't make them any less shady, especially with the stories I heard. But they have a point. I won't be able to do any proper investigation into Kim's murder alone. Fine. Maybe their presence will scare off anyone who tries to get in my way. Who knows what Sky Hayes gets up to? Thank you, we'll do our best. Good choice. Just don't do anything weird. Not sure if I might get registered all of that, I said. Said to only register things above a certain volume. I began to leave with my new friends. Huh? Suddenly I realized someone was humming. Who's... It was Sky. It's called Cleaning Up the Heart. Now playing Cleaning Up the Heart. I didn't know what you sang. Oh yeah, I just discovered it recently. I really like this song. It makes me think about my problems. Is the AI going to dump this as well? Nathan patted Sky's shoulder. Sky, don't look so down. You know saying that doesn't help anything. Sky pushed him away, looking at the shoulder Nathan had touched with a grimace. I'm sorry. Be quiet, Nathan. Stop talking for once and let me be. I'm sorry. I didn't know what to say. The pitiful expression on Mason's face made me feel sorry for him. With that uncomfortable silence, we walked to the train stop. The train ride was uneventful. When we got off, Sky and Nathan followed me out of the train. Bye. Thanks for riding my train. We had a bizarre exchange with a man who was apparently driving the train. He's real friendly, oddly so. Oh no. Oh, that guy's going to have been the mastermind behind this whole thing. Sky and Nathan waved goodbye to the train, so I did too, all while wondering if this was something cultural. Let's take a breather. I opened up my backpack and take out some water bottles. Sky and Nathan drank from the water bottles without asking me. Again, is this some kind of cultural share everything from Shimazawa that I'm missing? Guys, I have obsessive-compulsive disorder! Oh no! This is not how a normal person talks. Hello, I have diabetes. Like, imagine someone just casually mentioned, hello, I have diabetes. Is there anything I can help you with? What? What's up with this conversation starter? Oh? I have to set my alarm clock to the exact time. That's not very unusual. How early do you have to wake up? 1 minute passed. I have to turn the TV on the TV a minute later. Why? Because the news will start at 5 past. He goes on to mention other crazier details about his life. It made no sense. Nothing made any sense. I just nodded along. Delmore, you have OCD. What? I laughed and I reacted. This weekend I had to flip a coin 3 times. Why? It was a bet with Nathan. Did you win? No, but it was still a good flip. Nathan laughed. Are we confusing you? Sorry, you look overwhelmed. Everyone here is really colorful. During class, Amelia made some weird comments and it kind of... Oh, don't worry about her. She likes playing pranks on everyone, especially newcomers. Oh, that's a relief. Oh, God. Everyone here is very friendly and welcoming. I was a bit weirded out when I first moved here, too. Ah, so you moved recently? About a year ago. Everyone was kind to me, so if you need anything, you can count on us, okay? Nathan's words can soothe me considerably. As the conversation got easier, we talked about various things. So you're from Oku Town? Sky kept asking questions about myself. The scowl made it look like otherwise, but Nathan said he was trying to be friendly. Which is kind of cute if you think about it. Maybe they aren't so bad. The 3 of us talked for a while. My mom is going to kill me if I don't get home soon. I should go. Let's call it a day, I guess? We ended up chatting for hours. I wanted to get started on the investigation right away, but they just kept bringing up more and more things to talk about. Nathan nodded, finishing his water bottle and tossing it in the trash. Yeah, let's go home. Sky, I can... Nathan was about to offer Sky something, but Sky shook his head before he could finish speaking. I don't want to go home with you. Nathan's face fell. Oh. Told you last time that I don't want you around my house. I'm sorry. You know, I think I'm getting very exhausted from doing a constant poor Johnny Young Bosch impression. Nathan looked hurt as he watched Sky walk away without saying goodbye. Let's do something a bit more economical, is the narrator voice. Hey, you okay, dude? Nathan nodded weakly. I'll see you around, Zelmora. He left. Just like that. Alone, I headed home. Entering my house, I pondered over what a weird day this was. I ended up meeting the guy my dad told me not to get involved with. But I kind of don't think he's that bad. Dad's just paranoid. I'm home! You! We need to talk! My mom began to yell as soon as she saw me. I was caught off guard. What is it, Mom? Her eyes were red. She had been crying, I realized. Your father and I have been getting a divorce. What? This is so sudden! You don't say. Dad sighed in response. He was sitting on the opposite side of the couch, as far away from Mom as possible. Wait, but this is... Sat by Mom's side in shock. Dad refused to look at either of us in the eye. I can't deal with you right now, Zelmora. I don't want you to get involved. I'm your child. I'm already involved. We just need to sell this house and get the hell out of here. No, we can't do that so suddenly. What about Kim? But Dad, I still haven't... I stopped, deciding not to tell him about my investigation. Resolved anything? We can't leave yet. We don't have time for that. But I'm quitting my job at the police station here and we're leaving. We're done here, Zelmora. Go to your room. Dad. Go. Now! Gritting my teeth, I knew I had no choice but to obey. Oh dear, hold on. I might need a breather. And a drink of water for good measure. I walked up the stairs leading to the second floor of our house and locked myself in my room. I don't know what I'm going to do. My parents' relationship was fine. It really was. They didn't fight, at least not in front of me. In fact, I've never seen my mom cry because of Dad before. What happened? Feels like my whole world has fallen apart. Darn it. I sat down on my bed and tried not to focus on the sobs coming from downstairs. Wake the fuck up. Hey Kim, what's up? Standing still in the corner of my room, Kim Amison's ghost stood still. She's not much of a talker. I know ghosts can speak, or at least make noises, but I've never talked to one personally. I have seen some attempt to talk to others. Wait, so other people are able to see ghosts, is what you're saying? You know, I found out your name. I asked about you. It turns out he's helping out the detective in charge of the investigation. There was this one time back at home when I saw a child crying to his mother. His wails were loud, but no one except for me could hear it. And my parents are getting a divorce. Sucks, right? Were yours all still together when you were alive? The kid was a ghost. Little boy who died long before he should have. Kim, I feel like we're having one-sided conversations. This would be slightly less sucky if you at least nodded or something. Most ghosts don't want to leave to the other side. That's what I learned. Seems like this will be another night of waiting until she fades away. I know all ghosts have to leave eventually, and I'll make Kim Amison leave. I will. Next day, I went through my usual school activities. Eventually, classes let out. As I gathered my things to go home, Nathan approached me and asked to talk to him in private. I was surprised Sky wasn't with him, but I went along anyway. He took me to a spot behind school that was mostly empty. I wasn't aware we were allowed to be there, even. What's wrong? Why the long face? Nathan asked. He realized it. I sat down on a bleacher. Nathan sat next to me. You want to talk about it? You look like you haven't slept well, too. I shrugged. Since he offered to help, I should let him know that things might not go according to plan. My parents want to leave Shimizawa. I might not have enough time to catch Kim Amison's killer. Oh. I barely know Nathan, but... Darn it, this can't end like this. I need to find out why Kim keeps bothering me. How do you feel about it? Do you like your mom or your dad better? Jason's question made me stop to think. No matter what, I have to stay in Shimazawa, at least until I can get Kim some closure. Well, I don't want to go with my dad, but I don't want to go with my mom either. I want to stay in Shimazawa. Good. Good? My parents divorced, I wanted them to stay together no matter what. It was difficult. Nathan explained to me that his parents got divorced when he was very little. I imagine it must have been tough for a small child to have to go through that. So you're saying it's better if I don't swing one way or the other? That's, not the wording I'd use, but maybe. I cited his response. Even if I leave, I'll wonder if Kim will follow me. Even though I'd be unable to help her, would she stick with me? I don't know, but I need something to fall back on if it all goes wrong. Nathan, can you promise me that you'll catch Kim Amison's killer even if I leave? Nathan nodded immediately. I'd never abandon you. I promised I'd help it out, remember? Good. Felt a bit of relief thanks to his words, just a tiny bit. Hey, let's go home. You look really tired. The reason not, well, Nathan's leaving by himself? Aren't you waiting for Sky? From what my dad told me, they're supposed to be close. So he doesn't need me to wait for him. Let's go. Oh. Hold on, just checking. Yes, this is registered by the mic. Come on. Alright then. I walked with Nathan. Once I got home, I headed straight to my room. I had to look up more information on the murder. Entered the name Kim Amison on the search engine and clicked search. A lot of sites popped up. Kim Amison was a reporter working for a news station. She was doing some kind of report in Shimazawa at the time she was murdered. She was stabbed multiple times on her hands, arms, chest, and eyes. She ultimately bled to death. Believed that she was alive for some time before she bled out. It must have been extremely painful and grueling. Still, this is all old info. I need something new. I haven't been able to get a single clue so far. I do find it extremely weird, though, that Sky and Nathan knew who I was, and I was trying to figure out what happened to Kim. How did they know? Why did they approach me? I can't wrap my head around all this. Are they somehow involved? Frustrated, I closed the laptop and decided to go to bed. If I take a nap during the day, I'll have an easier time with Kim's ghost at night. I hope. I woke up later that day and tried to take my mind off everything by watching TV. It didn't help at all. Seeing people being happy and laughing on TV just reminds me of how anxious I am. About my parents, Kim Amison, this village, everything. There's someone messaging me. Hey yo! Who is this? Me, Amelia, from school. Hi. Nathan told me you've been a bit down. Wanted to let you know that I'm here if you need anything. That's very kind of you, thanks. No problem, no problem. We should hang out sometime. Nathan and Sky are fun to mess with. We call them the easy-to-tease couple, lol. Wait, they're dating? Isn't it obvious? Not really, no. You sure we're talking about the same people, lol? Nathan and Sky don't seem like a couple at all. Are they having trouble, or... whatever. It's none of my business, I shouldn't get too involved. Enough that I even spoke to Sky. It's so stuffy in here, I should go get some air. Yeah, that's a good idea, I should open my door. I opened the door and walked outside. There were two things I noticed. Strange and oddly paced calligraphy set under the no trespassing sign near our door. And a black feather laying on the ground. Weird. What should I do? Alright, overwrite this. Let's examine the sign. I decided to look at the sign. It said no trespassing, and it had an illustration of a person covered by a red X. Zamora! Suddenly my mom called out to me. What is it, Mom? Your dad called. He's in Illinois. Oh no! Illinois! I gasped in shock. At the same time, I ceased to function. And so I died. But why was there a calligraphy set under the sign? Why? Oh no. Not Illinois. Alright. Alright. Something about the itch page did mention Illinois. But that was just strange. Bizarre, in fact. Ow. Now my throat's all scratchy. He's in Illinois. Eventually, Zalmora stopped thinking. Alright, let's pick up the feather this time. I picked up the feather and noticed something written on the back. It read, "Find the source." I put the feather in my pocket, but something fell off about it. Suddenly, Sky ran up to me. I couldn't move as I realized what he was holding in his hands. A huge platinum metal can! Oh! I fell on my back as Sky motioned to hit me with the can. After I fell, he began to kick me in the face. Again. And again. Sky kicked me until my nose began to bleed. I tried to cover my face with my hands, but he didn't stop. What, are you going full yandere now, too? He kept kicking me as if I weren't even human. Sky, why? I thought we were friends. Sky didn't respond. Stop! I asked him again, why? But instead of answering, he ran away. Ah! Then everything began to go wrong. Not that it wasn't before, but still. As I began to try and get up, Amelia pulled out a knife from her bag and ran at me. She moved so fast I couldn't even think. One moment she was on the street, the next she was grabbing my neck. Amelia, we were just chatting on the phone earlier, so why? Amelia! She didn't respond. Why? Nathan! That's when Nathan stopped Amelia by hitting her in the head. With a large wooden baseball. Oh no! I have a baseball bat right here. It was signed by Pete Rose. Amelia staggered backward and slumped over, her face quickly being covered with her own blood. I took that chance to run away. Oh no. I ran and ran, not understanding a single thing. I ran as fast as I could with the injuries I sustained. I don't know if she'll find me. Or us, rather. Nathan had ran away with me, leaving his bat behind. Why did you drop it? He looked at me weirdly once he noticed me laughing. The police will come soon and arrest her, right? Not normal to laugh out loud in a moment like this. We're in danger. This is serious and really bad. I don't think we should tell the police. It might put you in danger. We should leave town. They'll find us eventually. What is he saying? Why? What do you know? Nathan shushed me by placing a finger on my lips. I don't want to talk about it. Please, just go. He grabbed my arm and pushed me along. Confused, I let him do as he wanted. I don't know what the hell is happening anymore. I really, really don't know. We arrived in an empty warehouse. It was far away from home and even further away from the school. I had no idea of where we were. It was cold, but the lights were on. There was a coat rack by the door, too. Nathan sat next to me while I tried to gather my thoughts and make sense of what just happened. This is not what I was expecting to go through when I moved to this village. It was supposed to be a peaceful, small community with close to no crime. That's why my mom wanted to move here in the first place. So why? Why is this happening? Eventually, Nathan sighed and got up. He walked over to the coat rack and grabbed a dirty coat. He began to dye it black with spray paint. Then he pulled a piece of black cloth out of his pocket and tied it over his face. Oh! Oh, you just carry that around with you? Yes. Nathan opened up the door and stepped outside. I'm going to get takeaway from that restaurant over here. Watch TV. I'll be back in an hour. He said, monitoring to one of the walls. There was no TV there. Wait, what? Nathan, you can't just... I'll be back. I'd be back. Ah! Doing a poor man's Arnold impression also hurts my throat. I'm not sure if he's coming back. I am alone. 2 of my friends tried to kill me, and for unknown reasons my parents are getting a divorce. Just like that, in the span of 2 days, nothing is right anymore. As I stood there in some abandoned warehouse in the middle of nowhere, I began to miss my hometown. At least my friends from there didn't try to kill me. Sure, it was filled with ghosts, but they never haunted me, and my dad was rarely home, but at least Mom was happy. It's like the universe decided I had enough peace for a lifetime and pushed all this on me at once. What the hell is wrong with this village? I looked around the empty warehouse and thought to myself, I could leave. There's a door I could try to escape out of. Or I could wait for Nathan. He'll be back soon. He will, right? I don't even know if Nathan's on my side or not. I don't know who to trust. I don't know anything anymore. What should I do? Let's try to leave. Oh dear. I left the warehouse. Outside everything smelled like acid. There was something behind me. Oh. It is coming. It is here. The dead have arrived and they will come again and again, salivating their desire for fresh blood. Oh no, it's zombie apocalypse now. There's nothing around to protect me. No one will hear my screams. And so, I died. It's a zombie it's a zombie apocalypse, Rick! Try again. Okay. Well, we got the zombie apocalypse ending. Let's wait for Nathan. Not long after, Nathan walked into the warehouse. He took a seat and set a large bag of food on the floor in front of him. I recognized the bag. It's from a family restaurant that had a place in my town. Just how many miles did he walk to get this food? I ordered your favorite, beef with black bean sauce. He smiled. I wondered how he knew I liked black bean sauce. I never mentioned it before. I'm not hungry. You should still eat. There are more important things to worry about. Nathan, I'm not even eating until you tell me what you know. He sighed and took a seat next to me. He opened the bag of food and offered it once more. I shook my head and waited for him to speak. Fine, I'll tell you what happened. First of all, Amelia and Sky are dating. I knew it was a bad idea, but I still didn't think it would lead to this. Wait, what? That's not what I was told. I thought you were dating Sky. Nathan shook his head. I was, but not anymore. In fact, we broke up today. Oh. What happened? He cheated on me, Zelmora. I found out about him and Amelia. Oh. I can imagine how the scene went down. Nathan went on to tell me how he found the body. He was out for a walk in the park. When he found the dead body, his heart sank. He nearly fainted. But then I thought them getting killed would be too obvious, so instead I wrote a note saying I killed them and left it by the bodies. I couldn't understand what he was trying to say. Whose body? Who did he kill? They were onto me. I couldn't risk them telling anyone. Onto you? What did you do? Also, that makes no sense. It really made no sense. Killed? Killed who? What dead bodies is he talking about? Is he talking about... No, that can't be. I killed 2 people. What? I didn't want the police to know I was involved, so I did the murders and covered it up. What the actual hell? I couldn't believe a word of what he was saying. But why? Why would you do that? Because they were onto me, and I couldn't risk them telling anyone. I began to feel cold, even with my clothes as I listened to Nathan. My heart was beating like crazy as his words began to sink in. He was admitting to a murder so casually to someone he met literally 2 days ago. I took a deep breath as I tried to think of what to say to his confession. There was something like laughter and a feeling I couldn't name going up my throat. But I had no time to think of what it was. What will you do now? Where will you... No, we go from here. How does he expect me to react to all that? I have to go to the cops with this now, don't I? I can't go to the police, they'd arrest me. I can't let anyone else know what I did, because I would be to blame. What are you going to do, then? He didn't answer. Instead, he began to pace back and forth. Seeing that he wasn't going to answer, I asked again. What are you going to do? Oh, there's a typo. I don't know, but I can't stay here. He leaned over and grabbed his coat. Then he walked out of the warehouse. Nathan! He explained nothing. He can't just leave. I followed him outside. He can't say all that and leave. Nathan, don't. He didn't turn back to look at me once I called him. I could see, however, that his shoulders were shaking. Nathan! Nothing makes sense. I feel my sanity slipping away every second I breathe the air here. No shit, man! I know what I should do, what a normal person should do when someone confesses to several horrible crimes. But this village is driving me insane. Maybe that's why I hugged Nathan from behind. He flinched. My arms began to wrap around him, telling him not to go. I held on to him tightly and felt his entire body shake. I too couldn't stop shaking. I didn't know what I was doing. I'm going with you. I don't understand why I said that. What? I'm coming with you. Some kind of feeling ran through my veins. The confession to the murder didn't scare me. It surprised me, but I wasn't horrified. The word excitement blinked through my mind for a second, but I pushed it away. He was silent for a moment, perhaps wondering why I decided to go with him. Of course you are, let's go. He grabbed my head and then led me away from the warehouse. I couldn't tell where he was taking me. Huh. But I let him do it. The street was empty. I walked for a moment and then felt the blood drain from my head. Dizzy, everything started spilling. My ears started to ring. Oh, I hate that. A horn beeped. Oh, God. A car drove by. Oh, dear. Let's try the one that I think will... I grabbed his hand to keep him from stepping out in the car. Car squealed as car inched toward, barely missing us. Car slammed its brakes on hard. The tire squealed again as it came to a stop. Nathan got into the back of the car. Wait, are we stealing this car? Yes. Oh. Oh. So, just a ghost car. That's not a normal thing we see. I started to drive. My eyes darted over the road ahead. I can't believe we stole a car. I guess this is my life now, running away on a stolen car with a murderer on the back seat. Nathan didn't say anything. I drove on. There's a parking lot by the corner. We can stop by. Nathan didn't reply, so I took it as an okay. Began to start the car. But then, I noticed a man standing in the middle of the street. Out of nowhere, he entered the car! Oh no! Hi. He flashed a quick smile. I found his eyes warm and inviting. Instantly, I felt at ease around him. I'm Thomas Albert. As in Thomas Edison and Albert Einstein. If the word excitement came into my mind while I was on the street with Nathan, then comfort would be the perfect one to describe the man who was sitting next to me. I'm Zalmora Greenhand. This is my friend Nathan Ambers. Pleasure to meet you, Zalmora. I took his politeness as a sign that he expected to be treated the same way. Clearing my throat, I greeted him back. Pleasure's mutual, Thomas. Tell him everything, Zalmora. Everything? Yes, everything. Okay. Nathan's request surprised me at least. He looked 100% serious. Everything? Everything. If you say so. I turned to Thomas. Nathan and I are on the run with police and also from two people named Amelia and Sky who tried to kill me. He grimaced. Oh dear, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm afraid I can't help you. Of course, this is what a normal person would say. It shouldn't get you involved in. I don't like being involved in other people's business. Suddenly, Nathan grabbed me by the shoulder. I couldn't see his face, but his strong hold on me told me that he wasn't happy. Thomas looked at him and seemed to come to a conclusion. He smiled amicably and opened the car's door. It was nice talking to you. With that, he left. Thomas is the mastermind behind everything. I pulled out of the parking lot and began to drive away. For fuck's sake, Zalmora! After a few minutes of silence, Nathan spoke. What? That was a waste of time. We're not going to find out what we're looking for that way. I rolled the eyes, dude. What the hell, dude? I'm trying to help you run away. I don't appreciate you being so rude to me, Nathan. I didn't mean to be rude. I just don't like being lied to. Everyone lies, Zal. No one can keep a secret, remember? I know. You want to complete your quest. Nathan sat back in his seat. I had to make him take a moment to digest what he just said. Wait, my only quest was to find Amundsen's killer. From what you told me, it has to be you, right? About that, I lied. I'm sorry. You lied? You didn't kill Kim Amundsen then? Nathan shook his head lightly. No, I didn't. Why would he lie about that? So who did? I don't know, but I'm sure it wasn't me. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I couldn't buy his name that he claimed that he didn't know who did it either. Do you really not know who killed her, Nathan? I don't know him well enough to say I could tell when he was lying. Another typo. But there's no way he doesn't know more than he was letting on. I can't remember. If you don't know or you can't remember, and why in the world would you lie about something so serious? Dude, this isn't a joke! Nathan looked down. His eyes darted back and forth. He was clearly trying to avoid eye contact with me, hiding something important. I think it was Miranda Ulrich. Miranda Ulrich? Who's that? Nathan sighed, as if he didn't want to explain anything any further. She was a friend of mine. She lived in the village next to my house. We went to middle school together. We liked the same guy. Wait, same guy? Miranda was also in love with Sky? No, Miranda didn't like Sky. It was a different love. I tried to keep my eyes on the road while my mind attempted to assemble some kind of logic to what Nathan was saying. What makes you think it was Miranda? What happened to her? She died. Nathan's tone suggests she didn't die of natural causes. Who killed her? I don't know. I don't remember. Liar! Usoda! Are you lying? Unbelievable. I'm sorry. You're sorry? He's unbelievable. All he does is lie. His next words were most shocking of all. Sal, I like you. What? What? Oh no. Oh no. A series of unbelievably surreal things began to occur. Nathan held my hand with his right hand and pressed my cheek with the left hand. His eyes locked with mine and his breathing was erratic. Please, Zal, I want to be with you. Hold on. We can't. I need to solve this mystery or anything else, and I barely know him. He barely knows me. You were dating Sky until, like, this morning. There's no way you're being serious. Zal, I want to be with you more than anything. Nathan's eyes darted from side to side. He held my hand tightly. I began to get flustered myself. It's been a while since anyone last held my hand like that. His face began red and he began to tear up. Please, And he squeezed my hand even tighter. My cheeks felt hotter with each passing second. Do you want to be with me? He asked in a hushed voice. Like this was going to be our little secret. His eyes stared into mine. I stared into them, and before I could say anything, it was already close enough for me to hear his heart beating rapidly. We're on the run from... No, we're not on the run at all. He was lying about me in the murder, right? What are we doing? What? What am I doing here? Why did I tell Nathan not to go? I don't get anything anymore. Nathan, my eyes widened and he began to lean in slowly. The world felt like it slowed down, and time stopped. For the first time, what felt like years, nothing else existed. For that one moment when our lips met, there's nothing else for me to worry about but this, not a single thing. One of the first things that Ed told me when we moved here was not to get involved with Sky Hayes and his friend. He didn't say why. Maybe he knew they had some kind of involvement with Kim Amison's death. There's no doubt in my mind that Nathan is still lying to me. Whether it's about Kim or Sky or what else, or else he's hiding in his closet, I can't tell. Well, I know there is at least a few things he's not hiding in his closet, like himself. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about anything. I'm just so freaking confused right now. What the heck did Nathan just do to me? Suddenly, the police car appeared out of nowhere. Nathan let go off of me, pouting slightly, and I turned to roll down the window. There's been a murder, and you're the suspect, young man! The officer said, pointing at Nathan. His face was pale. He was shaking. We have to go. Zalmora, we have to go now. Well, what the heck? Laughing, I stepped up the bell. Sorry, officer. And we drove off. Oh dear, this is already getting... I mean, I expected it to get screwy a lot faster because that's how AI does things, but, you know, it's pretty screwy in the first place. Once we arrived at my neighborhood, Nathan motioned for me to stop. Hurry! We have to go! Wait, what? Nathan pointed to my house. We need to hide, act like nothing happened. Hold on, my dad's a cop, we can't... As Nathan pushed me inside the house, Mom looked at us from the kitchen. Now, Mara, where have you been? Mom, don't tell Dad! He's not here, Zally. What are you doing with... I locked the door once we got in my room. My hands were shaking, and I knew we were in huge trouble. They're going to find us very soon, and they will ask questions. But I couldn't stop smiling. Nathan stood at the foot of the bed, looking between me and the door. He was silent and he looked miserable, completely different from me. I began to realize my behavior was unusual. Yeah, no shit! I shouldn't be laughing. This is a very, very bad situation. Priorities. Priorities, Almora. Calm down. Nathan, the truth. I took a brief breath to calm myself down. Once, twice, thrice, until the beating of my chest began to slow down. I need the truth now. Tell me why Amelia and Sky tried to kill me. Yes, this is it. I need to get all the pieces of my puzzle. Deep breaths in and out. Nathan sighed. He stared at his feet, silent. Please. He took a moment and finally opened his mouth to speak. Zalmora, the truth is... The world seemed to stop once I heard Nathan's words. What, were they the two bodies? They had found out you had been investigating the murder of their friend. What? But I don't have any connection to the murder. I looked into Nathan's eyes, trying to understand what he was trying to convey. They just said you were investigating it and they needed to silence you. His voice was hoarse and tired as he spoke. He didn't want to tell me this. But... So from the very beginning, they wanted to keep me quiet. I really thought they were my friends, hanging out with me, messaging me saying I could rely on them. All lies. They lied to me, huh? I'm sorry, Nathan was in on it all along. What a joke. Don't. Fuck. You lied to me too. All this time you've been misleading me. I got him by bed and stared down at Nathan. He still refused to meet my eyes even now. I didn't want you to get hurt. I didn't want you to find out the truth. Liar. Usoda! He's such a liar. I can't believe it. Well, the truth's out now, and I don't know if I can ever trust you again. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Exasperated, I ran my hand through my hair. This is ridiculous. I don't know who to trust and who to believe anymore. I do know the truth is out there, but I can't get a grasp on it, and Nathan's not helping. It's ridiculous. Nathan shyly looked up at me, as if he were a kicked puppy. Zalmora, is it alright if I... Glanced at the couch on the other side of the room. I sighed. Sure, whatever, you can sleep on the couch for now. Just sleep, I need to think. So yeah, I like how Zalmora thinks he's the only sane man, but the truth is he has his dense and wacky moments too. I closed the curtains. Curtains? Is that the Canadian spelling? And hid myself under the bed's covers. The excitement and rush from the day were finally coming down. Now I was just tired and upset. Ugh. Hours later, I woke up. The sun streamed through my window. I groggily sat up and rubbed my eyes. I saw that the door to my room was open a crack, as if someone had tried to sneak in. The gap was wide enough for me to fit my head through. For a moment, the thought of someone coming in and slicing my throat during the night went through my head. The weird feeling from before returned, but no one actually came in, of course not. Nathan, the door's open. Nathan sat up from the couch where he was sleeping on, startled. Huh? Oh yeah. Someone was in this room while we were sleeping. Really? Well, either that or I'm just paranoid. What am I saying? Of course I'm paranoid. I don't think I'll be trusting anyone anytime soon. Nathan laughed. I'd be paranoid too if someone broke into my room. Is this funny to him? Yeah, I suppose so. Nathan stood up and stretched. I looked at the clock. 5 p.m. It's been only hours since Amelia and Sky came to attack me, yet it felt like so long ago. Saldia, food's ready! I made enough for your friend, too! Mom's voice echoed through the house. Nathan looked at me. Do not say a thing to my mom. I won't. Just eat and nod. Okay. Nathan and I went downstairs to eat. My mom was really excited about me bringing a friend home. Nice! We just moved here the other day and you already brought a friend along. This mom voice keeps switching every time I do it. He's lucky my dad's not here right now. He'd be pissed and would probably try to arrest him. Us. He'd arrest me too, wouldn't he? Oh god. Eat more! Don't be shy! Thank you, ma'am. It's delicious. Nathan was more than content to eat Mom's food. Please stay here for dessert. I am baking a chocolate cake. Let me help. I like baking. What did I say about eating and nodding, Nathan? You bake? Yeah, my great-grandma owned a bakery and passed down all her recipes. I'd love to help out with the cake. Kind of you. Oh. Do I trust Nathan enough to let him bake a cake with my mom? Nope, I don't like it. Actually, Mom, you don't need to... Mom smiled at me. Salvia, remember what your dad always says? To trust, you need to be trusted. That's how life works. Now trust your mom here that she won't reveal any embarrassing secrets to your new friend, Nathan, while we bake. Once Mom gets an idea in her head, it's impossible to make her give it up. I remember one time she spent over a year trying to convince me to change the decor in my room until I caved in. Since then, I don't even try to fight back against her ideas. Mom's ruthless. I'm sure it'll be delicious. Nathan smiled from ear to ear. The thought of baking seemed to make him very happy. Oh. And Mom, too. After finishing the cake, Mom brought up some slices for us to eat in my room. She was happy that Nathan helped. I haven't seen her this happy since we moved here. Your mom's really nice, Nathan said over a mouthful of chocolate frosting. Sorry if I made you uncomfortable. Fine, my mom was happy, so that's that. Zal, that nickname coming out of his lips is still bothering me a little. You know, speaking of bothering, my eyes started to act up. Probably an allergic reaction or something. Look, only family and really close friends of mine can call me that, okay? It's weird when you and Sky do it. Oh, sorry. You, like, look me up or something beforehand? Is that how you knew how I was? I don't know. It was Sky who came up with everything and told me about you. I know you won't believe me, but I didn't know that he was going to attack you. I didn't reply. How do I know if he's telling the truth this time? I know I don't deserve to be trusted after all I said, but I wasn't lying back when we were in the car. I felt my cheeks burn up at the mention of what he said back at car. At car. He was at car. You know what? I don't care. You can keep that typo if you want to. I won't call you Zal if you don't want me to. But can I? Said looking up at me with big puppy doll eyes. Stare. Ugh, I can't say no to those eyes. Darn it. Just whatever you call me, whatever. I don't care. I said, monitoring with my head and for him to change the subject. Nathan smiled brightly at my response. Thanks, Zal. Don't overuse it. Okay. Nathan and I ate in silence, and I'll drink the last of my water right now. The Higurashi chirping outside were the only thing keeping my attention away from my troubles. My mind was going a mile a minute, trying to figure out what to do next. I can't just walk around the village, can I? For all I know, Sky and Amelia are still out to kill me. And Nathan, he can't hide here forever. The cops are going to find out where he is eventually. If I know my dad, that he won't stop until he finds out the truth. The only way to get away from him when you're guilty is if you die. That's what his co-workers always tell me. Oh. Well, you know how prosecution rates are in Japan. Dad. Trust you need to be trusted, huh? Nathan. Someone outside began to play a happy-sounding song then. A street band, maybe. It didn't match my feelings at all. Nathan, I need to tell you something. He looked at me expectantly. You trust me. Of course, why? You can breathe deep breath and let it all out. By telling Nathan this, will I be able to trust him even a little bit more? I don't know, but it's worth a try. I think I'm being haunted. Nathan stared at me, his mouth hung agape. He looked as if he was waiting for the punchline to a joke. What? I'm being haunted by Kim Amison's ghost. That's why I'm so obsessed with finding her killer. Nathan sighed and rubbed his eyes. You've been talking to ghosts since when? I bit my lip nervously. I haven't told anyone about this in ages. Since I was a kid. Nathan looked at me with sympathy or something like it. Oh, well, I guess that explains a lot. So do you get to talk to her? Just like that, he believed me. What a weird guy. He wants revenge. Every night Kim Amison haunts me. That's no laughing matter. I know. Oh, dear. Zal, hey, come on, let's get going. What? Where do we go next? The police must still be after you. Yeah, I think they're on their way to find us now. They probably searched the entire village. Us? You did drive the getaway car in the end there, Zal. Huh. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, I drove the getaway car, is that so? Zal, you know what? The only place to go left is the Amayan suicide spot. Oh no! Oh no! Let's just end it all and let this be over with. My tone was sarcastic, but the bitterness was real. You sure you're okay, Zal? What will I say? Okay. No, I can't give up yet, but I have the feeling I can't give up now. There's still more I need to find out, and there are others ways. Fourth typo, I think? Get that feeling I suddenly began to crave, I'm sure, whatever it is. I have to find out what happened, Nathan. I need to find the killer. I'm with you all the way, Zal. The woods. I know a place we can hide there. Why not? Let's just throw logic and plans out the window. We've been doing this whole time. I've had enough of driving the getaway car. From now on, it's all on Nathan. Maybe he'll end up killing me. Maybe it'll work. Either way, I smiled. I began to walk towards the woods alongside Nathan. Nobody ever goes into these woods, right? Yeah, pretty much nobody. Like in Amayan, we were to go missing here, no one would find us. Sal, did you remember something funny? No, why? Nothing. You've had this huge grin on your face for a while is all. Suddenly a noise interrupted us. I looked at the source of the noise. What's happening? I stepped back, blinded by a light. Oh no. Hello there, are you a ghost? I covered my eyes, and soon I saw the ghost of a young girl had appeared. She had long black hair and large white eyes. Who are you? I looked at Nathan, and she... Nathan, he just stood there looking at me weirdly. He can't see Mary then. You know her name already. I'm Mary. Are you a ghost? No, I'm human. I am too, see? Whoa! She said, and began to bend her limbs in ways they shouldn't. Please stop doing that. It isn't nice. I've seen kids' ghosts before. They're usually more miserable looking than Mary here. I gotta go find my brother. Bye. Bye? Bye! Maybe she didn't die in a horrifying way. We continued walking through the forest as if nothing happened. Eventually, we found a dirt road. There's a ticket office. I squinted at the small building Nathan pointed to. Why is there a ticket office in the middle of the woods? I've seen more unusual things. The train station is too small to house the engine, so they broke ground on this building and have been using this for storage ever since. I don't understand a word you said. Last time I rode here, I got lost looking for it. That makes no sense, Nathan. What, the building being in the middle of nowhere? Well, yeah, you'd think they'd want to make sure people could easily get to it. Classic Shimazawa, I suppose. Nathan stopped on his tracks. Zal, what? I'm glad I can help you, even if you have a lot of enemies. I had to laugh at this comment. Doesn't he realize what he's saying? How about you? Do you have any enemies? He paused for a moment, then frowned. I have a bit of a deformity. I guess you can say I was picked on for it. What deformity? Oh, you wouldn't understand. Come on, tell me. He thought for a moment and seemed to come to a decision. I was born without a finger. That's why I always keep my left foot covered. What? What? I stared at him in silence for a moment. That's kinda sad. I know. I hope he's not lying. Dude, let's get some berries. We need to eat. Berries? Yeah, berries. Here, you can take my knife. Alright then. He's driving the car, not me. I wandered off in the jungle to gather some berries while Nathan waited for me. I picked some berries off brushes and put them in my bag. I turned to look at Nathan again, but he was already gone. Nathan? Nathan, where did you go? There's no response. Darn it. I turned to see a flash of brown through the trees. As I turned once more to chase it, I found myself surrounded by what looked like wolves. My panic increased 100-fold. I ended up tripping and falling off. Help! The wolves had already taken bites out of my limbs by the time I managed to stop screaming. Oh, gun! And then a man appeared carrying a gun. He shot the wolves. I looked at the man. Hey, Sky. You're a lot tougher than you look, Sky said as he smiled. Been a while, so I forgot your voice, man. I quickly examined my limbs and found out that all the flesh had been stripped off my bones, leaving nothing but bare bone. You'll feel a lot more pain soon. The wound is going to hurt you a lot, but I'm here to help. How? I whimpered pathetically. I couldn't think of anything but the horrible pain coursing through my body. It took everything in me to manage to find the strength to voice questions running through my mind. I thought you were trying to kill me, Sky. Sky smiled bitterly. Might have been at one time, but not now. It hurts. I went to get up and punch him. I went to make him answer for what he did. But it hurts so much. He opened his mouth to say something and stopped. This isn't going to turn out well. I should go. He's going to leave me. Alone. I didn't want that. Please don't leave me alone. Please, please don't leave me. What can I do? Alright, let's do this in a way that will... Wait, please tell me what happened with Amelia. Is she okay? Is she after me? Sky paused and I could hear him take a deep breath. Yes, she's alive. I really don't know what she's after, to be honest. All I do know is that she's at the base of these mountains. That's all you need to know. I whimpered in pain. Sky took a step back. Alright, I'm not going anywhere. But I'm not going to feel bad about this. He pulls out a friggin' pipe? Guy reached out into his pocket and pulled out his pipe. He grabbed his lighter and took a deep pull. It hurts, fuck. It hurts so much, but I have to do this. Think. What does this all mean? Numb the pain, bring that feeling back. Dad warned me about Sky Hayes. Why? Because... Oh no. I sure as a realization came over me. Sky, you killed Amundsen, didn't you? Sky sighed, nodded slowly at my guess. Yes, I did. I groaned as I felt a pulsating pain going down my knees. I looked down and the need to scream overwhelmed me. I had to know the truth. Why? She was annoying. She was a source of discord. What kind of discord? Guy turned to me and raised an eyebrow. What? Why are you so curious about this? I don't know. I'm just trying to understand. Please tell me. It hurts. I can barely see Sky sighing again and turning his head to his side. Fine. I blame her for killing my ex. Your ex? Grunt. Oh no! Oh no! Suddenly everything began to make a little bit of sense. Just a bit. Maybe it's the pain talking. I don't know if everything that went on, but I know some of it. This is the ultimate crossover between Bleach Higurashi and Banjo-Kazooie. What a combination made in heaven. So that's why you killed Amundsen. I tried to breathe, but coughed instead, choking on the taste of iron filling my mouth. All this time, you were avenging your girlfriend. Pretty childish, isn't it? I mean, I barely knew Amundsen myself. You're willing to kill someone for revenge, Sky. Sky took another puff of his pipe, as if agreeing to my statement. I promised Amundsen I'd get revenge on her, and I will. Sky didn't answer to what I said. If he did, I couldn't hear him. All I could see was red. Oh boy, that was a long bad end. Or wait, no, that isn't. A rush of adrenaline came through me, and just like that, the pain was gone. I stabbed Sky in the back, in the neck, and watched the blood seep out of his artery. He let out a yell of pain as I wiped it clean from his clothes. I was expecting to just die there. I brought the knife down in an arc and into Sky's chest. Blood sprayed out, and I pulled it out again to make sure I got every drop. Over and over, stab and stab. Red, dripping down my hands, my mouth, and Sky's chest. I stabbed my knife into Sky's chest once more and then stepped backward. Sky fell to the ground. His body twitched and blood leaked out of his mouth. Goodbye, Sky. His eyes followed my tall frame. The gurgling blood seeping out of his mouth stopped him from vocalizing his response. There were no last words from the dying man. Sky twitched one more time and then became still. I watched as his eyes rolled back into the back of his head. I shuddered and something came over me. I grinned. Yes, it's over. Oh dear. Everything went dark. It was dark and cold. A familiar haunting voice called out to me. Congratulations. Kim Amundsen's ghost smiled warmly at me. Thank you, she said, and finally disappeared. I woke in a cold sweat. As my vision cleared, I looked down at myself and gasped. A hospital bed. I was hooked to machines. My damaged limbs were bandaged, and I couldn't feel my legs. I am alive. Where am I? I don't know where I am. All I know is that I'm in a hospital. Oh no, will we need to become a cyborg now? I took a deep breath and began to search my memory as I focused on the present. I've completed my mission. Where to go from now? Did Dad know about Sky and Kim all along? Did he... Right as I began to ponder that, I heard a knock on the door. Nathan entered the room wearing a worried smile and walked to my bed. Hands gripped my arms as he looked me over. Hey, Zal. Seeing him made my thoughts stop. Hey, I did it. I solved the case. Yeah, I'm glad you're alright. I glanced down to my bandaged legs. I'm not sure this is alright. Did you know what the doctor said about my condition? Nathan frowned. He won't say. I asked, but he just said it would be a secret. Some doctor, huh? I'm sure you know a lot about secrets. I joked, but it didn't make him laugh. Nathan's frown deepened. It felt as if the hope of his smile had just been dashed to the ground. But you're here. Yeah, I'm here. Somehow, I survived. He leaned into me, placing his hands on my shoulders. I thought your limbs were turned to bone. Well, maybe your shoulders are still there. My mind raced at the feeling of uncertainty flooded into me. He's such a confusing, unpredictable person. He moved in closer. Sal, I'm so glad you're alive. Back then in the car, I made you do something you didn't even mean to, did you? Did I? Sorry. I felt something like electricity run through me. His arms wrapped around my neck, pulling me close. Feels good to be here. With him. Dalmora! Oh, Mom opened the door and rushed to my side. Nathan quickly let go of me, coughing shyly as he did so. Mom kneeled down and hugged me. Mom. Are you alright? She was holding me tightly, so tight it hurt. Almora, I love you. I love you so much, sweetie. Mom, tears welled up in my eyes. I too felt mine becoming wet. Mom's here. I'm so glad she came to see me. But she doesn't know what I've done. Does Nathan know? Does anyone know? I have the feeling that this is a secret I'll carry to my grave. Ooh, a CG! Arc 1 end. Alright, so... that was Arc 1. So I guess I can just... save right now, and then... yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Take care, everyone.